Hey everybody, so I just had another creepy experience at the hotel. Now, I do want to make sure I say this from the very beginning. I do think this has a very logical explanation. It's just imagination running away with me because some things have been happening here recently. We have, on it. So we have some very sketchy looking guests. I don't know if they're up to anything. They may not be, but it's just been a kind of a the employees are talking about just in case, just in case. So there's that. The other night I had that experience where when the doors was propped open, and that ended up being for painting. And then I heard that weird, saw the weird light on camera, and caught, which was probably again something explainable on a recording. So that was in the back of my mind. But then about 45 minutes ago, the company for our, and I'm looking at the cameras, for our fire alarm panel they called. We've been having issues with that where it's been going off and it can't communicate with the monitoring system. And I'm sure she has to say this for safety purposes, but on top of all the other stuff, she says we were just afraid that someone had cut the line so that you couldn't contact us if something happened. I'm like, well, that's not very comforting, is it? So I sure look, we know about it. We'll let maintenance take care of it and all that. And then about 10 minutes ago, I go into the kitchen area or the restaurant area, which is, of course, closed at this time of night or morning, however you want to say it. And I'm walking, and I swear I started hearing these voices. It sounded to me like one or two people, and it sounded like two people to me, like personally, were whispering. It sounded like, they were trying to like whisper to each other and be silent and be stealthy. So I was like, oh boy, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but I'm not taking any risks. Just in case. So I go, I get my flashlight, because it's dark. I was going there for something, I don't even know what it was, but it was dark. So I get my flashlight, and this down for a minute, get my flashlight and my knife. And I'm seriously doing this. Flashlight in one hand, knife in the other. Because in my back there just hanging out and resting should not be back there. And I'm going to defend myself if I have to. I'm not stupid. So I go back there, and it sounds like it's coming from behind the bar. Like you go in, and then right here is the bars that go around it. And I was going around it when I first heard it. So I went all around. I was going behind the bar as if, I was going back to work, which I'm not. And I'm ready to take a motherfucker out. I'm ready to take a motherfucker out. They can fire me, do whatever. Because I am not letting someone kill me. I mean, obviously they'd have to have a weapon or be a threat, but still, I wasn't see anybody, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, what is? When I'm trying to listen to see what this is, and there's some. I've had this before, um, or something under there. I've never worked at bars, so I don't know the inner workings of everything, but there's something dripping under there, and it was like hitting a metal base, like, and this was everything going on, and I'm listening to scary stories on my fucking headphones, my earbuds. Radio Rental, really good podcast, hosted by Rainn Wilson. I didn't realize it was him until I looked it up because I thought he might be inspired by the host of Inner Sanctum, Raymond, but that's beside the point. I just want to shout out to that podcast. It's really good. But, so I had all that going for me. So, I'm sure it was just imagination. But, you know what? I'll live for this kind of shit. I'll live for those thrills. Obviously, I'm glad it wasn't somebody and my life wasn't in danger. And, that's the possibility it's paranormal. I don't think so. I'm sure it was just the water dripping because that's where I heard the voices, and that's my back there. That was the water, where the water sound was coming from. So, you know, Occam's razor there. It was most likely the water, but I just live for creepy experiences like that. So that was just really cool. And it's my last night of work for this week, so I get some days off. It's supposed to be fairly nice and get out and have some fun. But yeah, that was neat. I enjoyed that. Yeah. So I guess I'll keep you guys posted about anything else that happens here. I'm hoping more stuff happens that, of course, doesn't put my life in any real danger. I said I'll defend myself tooth and nail since I have to. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for all the new subscribers, all the views and everything. And hey, here I am. This is me. Have a good one.